guys, I hope you all are doing good. So today's video is about food, as it's the first chapter of a science book for the student of class 6. So keep watching. Hello guys, so in this video I will be explaining you chapter first of your science book, that is sources of food. So guys, we will be talking about food today, that you all know that is very important for our lives, for our survival. So firstly I will tell you what is food, as I have written over here the definition, which says any nutritious substance that living being eat or drink in order to maintain life and growth. So in very simple words I will tell you what is it. So basically food is what we eat in our daily life, just for our survival, for our growth, and to get energy. Okay, so second is why do we need food, or what is the importance of eating food, or you can say what are the functions of it. So guys, I have written over here a few points to make you clear. So the first is growth and repair. It helps to repair our body, and it helps to grow our body. Okay, second point is it provides nutrients. So food provides us nutrients. Third is it provides energy, as I've already told you. It helps in providing us energy, growth, etc. The next point is it helps to keep the immune system healthy. So yeah, it's very clear from the point itself. The last point I have written over here is it helps to perform our daily activities like reading, playing, watching, etc. So food is very important for our day-to-day life, as it helps in performing daily activities, for example reading, playing, watching, walking, you can say, or whatever activities you are doing in your daily life. So basically this was the introduction for the food. So why do we need food and its importance. So now comes sources of food. The place or living organisms from which we obtain food are known as sources of food. So there are two sources of food, that is plants and animals. So from plants we get different varieties or different kinds of food, that is vegetables, fruits, cereals, etc. And from animals we get all the dairy products, for example milk, eggs, meat, etc. So plants are also known as producers because they make their own food with the help of sunlight. So I'll repeat, plants are those living organisms which make their own food with the help of sunlight, hence they are known as producers. So the second term for the plants is autotrophs. So I'll tell you the meaning of the word by breaking it. So auto means self and trophs means organisms who eat food. So basically autotrophs are those living organisms who make their food by their own, they do not depend on others, are known as autotrophs. Secondly comes animals. The second category of sources of food is animals. So they are known as consumers because they consume food, they depend on others, so they are known as consumers. The other word for the animals are heterotrophs. I'll do the same thing. Hetero means different, trophs means organisms who eat food. So heterotrophs are those living organisms who are dependent on others, who can't make their food, so they depend on others to make their food. So now if I continue this topic, that is sources of food, we have different parts of plants, that is root, stem, flowers, leaves, seeds as well, from which we get the food. So now we will discuss about plant as a source of food. So there are different parts of plants that can be eaten. For example, roots, stem, flowers, fruits, leaves, seeds, etc. So I have written what we can get from a particular part of the plant. So from roots we get radish, carrot, etc. From stem we get potato, sugar cane, and from flowers in the form of rose, in the form of rose, like sharbat, we get sharbat from rose, and cauliflower, etc. So from fruits are apple, mango, any fruit that we get from plant. Okay, so next are leaves. From leaves we get spinach, cabbage, etc. And the last one is seeds. So from seeds we get wheat, rice. So basically these all are the parts of plants from which through which we get these food items to eat. So next we will discuss about animals as a source of plant. Now animals as a source of food. So now from animals we can get meat. So we can get various different kinds of products, different kinds of food products. The first is meat, chicken from hen, eggs, milk, honey, etc. So there are various different kinds of food items which we get from animals. So here are some of them. So if I talk about milk, so from milk we can make different varieties of products, different varieties of food products. For example, ghee, curd, butter, cheese. So from milk we can obtain various items as I have written over here. And next comes honey. So honey is obtained from honey bees. So honeybees basically what do? Honeybees moves from flowers to flowers for sucking sweet juices or nectar. So the nectar is converted to honey in special sacs in their bodies. So bees basically what do? Bees stores high nutritional value which can be collected by us, and then the honey is being transferred to the to various. So now we will talk about categories of animals. So there are three broad categories of animals: herbivorous, carnivorous, or omnivorous. So herbivores are those animals which eat only plants or plant products like cow, deer, goat. So they are known as herbivores. The second comes carnivores. So animals which eat only other animals are known as carnivores. So I have written its example also, like lion, tiger, eagle, etc. And last one is omnivorous. So those animals or those human living beings which will eat both plants and animals are known as omnivorous. For example, human beings. So human beings basically can eat both plant products or animals. So these are known as omnivorous. So now we will discuss about the food chain. So basically in a particular environment, it's a series of events in which is being taken place. Each living organism is obtaining its food. So basically the first example I will explain: in a pond there are small plants which is being eaten by small fishes, and those small fishes are being eaten by big fishes. So there is a chain of all the living organisms which produce their own food. So basically the first is the producer, and the rest in the chain are known as consumers, because for example in this one, the plants are producers. They produce their food through the process of photosynthesis, and these are dependent on others, so they are known as consumers. So in the second example also, I'll make you clear. In the grassland, so the grass is being eaten by grasshopper, and the grasshopper is being eaten by frog, and the frog is being eaten by snakes, and then snake is being taken by eagle. So here is the food chain which I'm showing you. So the first here, the grass is the producer, and the grasshopper, frogs, snakes, eagles are the consumer, because they can't make their own food, they are dependent on each other. So grass here is the producer. So this was the food chain, showing how one organism or one animal is dependent on other. So suppose if eagle dies, it will be decomposed by bacteria or fungi. So what will they do? They will regain the nutrients back into the soil. Now these nutrients can be taken up by producers. So those type or organisms are known as decomposers, which feed upon dead and decaying matter. So this was the food chain which I have just explained you. So guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked my video, and I hope you have understood this chapter.